Hey! Hey, everybody. Oh, my goodness. It's been some kind of minute, but welcome back to My Two Cents. I'm your girl, Pastor Steph.
Shantice.
And it's Ainsley Harris, that Brooklyn guy.
All right now. Oh, my. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. We've had all kinds of stuff going on and illness in the house. And, I was sick for a couple of moments and, time flies by. But we are so happy to be with you all once again. We want to remind you that we have our My Two Cents virtual awards coming up later on this year.
Yes.
So even though we have not been with you, I can say that I've been watching some movies from 2024 and just catching up and, pulling out all those nominees for best movie, best actor, best actress, director, cinematographer, all that kind of good stuff. So I hope you've been doing the same. Have you been checking out the movies, Shantice?
Yes, more of actually the series from last year.
Okay.
Not too many movies, but
okay.
Happy I was coming across something good because it's like pulling teeth sometimes. Like this is why I know Martin front to back because content out here now is just crazy.
I know it's hard. It's not TV ain't and movies ain't what it used to be, right? Ain't?
No.
Oh my goodness gracious. So Shantice, what have you come across?
I've come across The Madness, which is a Netflix series. Hot. I loved it. I started watching A Man in Full. Almost finished with that, I think because I have to check like how many episodes. I just know it's a limited series. Like The Madness is a limited series.
Okay.
What else did I come across from last year? I'm drawing a blank. It was a movie, but I forgot what the movie was. It was actually decent. When it comes to mind, I'll intercede and let you know. But those two series are really good so far, and they're minority heavy. Minority heavy.
Okay. So, yes, they are.
Yes, and with all age ranges, which was great. It's like it wasn't just all young people, all old people, all middle-aged people. You had some young, some middle-aged, some older. So I think that's what made it a little more interesting as well.
Oh, okay. What about you, Ains? Have you had an opportunity to catch up on anything?
Yeah, I've been watching quite a few things. I'm on a total blank on the title right now. I would try to watch the movies. Trying to get the movies. Because when I get into a series, when I start watching it, even if it's kind of like, even at the first episode, I'm not moved by it. I'm kind of urged to gotta go. All right, I gotta go forward with it.
Okay.
And one thing I said I would not do, and I did. I finished watching our Tyler Perry junk.
Really?
I did too.
Really?
Yes.
I'm the only one that stuck to that out of the three. I refuse to watch it.
It wasn't as gruesome as the first set of episodes. It was rather interesting.
Yeah. And so I did that because after that I was trying to stay away from the series. I just want to watch something and be done with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been trying to keep my game up with that for a little bit.
Okay. All right. I too have watched The Madness. What's that? A Man in Full?
A Man in Full.
A Man in Full. I've watched a couple of movies. I'm like y'all. I draw a blank. But the next time we come back, we're gonna just we're gonna randomly talk about some of the movies and things that we've watched and see what's out there and what kind of nomination nods we can give for our My Two Cents Awards. So I'm looking forward to that because right now we're just looking, at just a myriad of things. Listen, if you viewers are out there and y'all are picking up, remember, this My Two Cents Awards is focusing on movies, series, documentaries, comedy shows, whatever comes in 2024. and it's minority based only. That's ethnic minorities, and we're looking forward to seeing, you know, what you have watched and hearing what you watched, and hearing about the nominations that you've been coming up with. The last time we were on together, we had a lot of fun. We did a um what do you call it? We did fast.
Rapid fire.
What do we call it? I'm sorry.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire for movies from the 90s and early 2000s. And you've got to go back and watch that episode of My Two Cents. It was hilarious. We had Poetic Justice. We had what?
New Jack City.
New Jack City. We had what else? What other? Poetic Justice, New Jack City, Man in Full, or Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
Man on Fire. And so we had some good ones. Sorry?
Living Single.
Yeah, Living Single. So we have some good stuff. So you got to go back and watch it. We had a ball. It was so funny. So, you know, make sure you go back. And we're going to have definitely one more before it's all done. And we have our My Two Cents Awards. So we're looking forward to some big stuff coming up. So we got to say hello to our girl that holds it down in the background. Hey, Anika.
Yes, Anika.
Hey.
Can't do it without you, girl.
Yes.
Could never do it without you. So tonight we're going to review. We're going to finish reviewing Cross, and we're going to review the piano lesson. So let's take the piano lesson first. Y'all want to take the piano lesson first?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Okay. All right. So let's give this brief overview. The Charles family grapples with family legacy and difficult decisions as they determine the fate of their heirloom piano, exploring deeper themes along the way. We've got a cast with John David Washington, who is the son of
Denzel.
Yes, Denzel, and he plays Boy Willie. We've got Danielle Deadweiler, who plays Bernice. You know her from like Till and some other movies. Some of the other movies. We've got, of course, the man Sam Jackson. So, you know, he plays. Wait, why is he so far down in this? Why is he so far down?
Was Samuel Jackson is far down in the credits?
Yeah, he is far down. He plays Doka. And we've got another main character, which is Ray Fisher, who plays Lyman. So, all right. Ainsley, let's take you first. What are some of the highlights from the piano lesson?
Highlights? I gotta admit something to y'all. So I just got through watching the movie.
Okay.
Because I want to watch it. I want to be fresh in my mind. And, but I gotta say, this is this is based on I think screenplay by August Wilson. You know,
yes.
And I've seen all this other stuff, Mars Rainey's, Fences, and stuff like that. But to me, this one here, I should have took my time and started watching this a little bit earlier, because it's a little bit more substance to it, and there's a lot of symbolism that I wasn't expecting. I was like, oh my goodness. So it's interesting. I gotta say the cinematography, some things that I watch, something people don't watch, there was this one camera angle and the scene just went for a while. I mean, the cinematography, the acting, the directing is superb in this. If those who into that, and the storyline, it took me a while to. I knew what the premise was, but then I gotta say, what's his name? John David Washington, absolute phenomenal. If you didn't know, now you do. If you didn't know, all right, yeah, he's the chip off the old block. Him and his mom. He represented big time.
Yes.
On his own, on the court. He really brought it. And actor Bernice, she did well, cool, but he really brought that. He was on, and it's good. I wish I should have watched this a little bit more so I can understand some of the symbolism, what it meant, the ghost and the symbolism with the piano, what it really meant. I have an idea.
Okay.
How far you want to go? I know you want to go to the end.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it all out. I mean, take it all out. It's well, you know what? Leave some for Shanti's.
I was into
just talk about the highlights. We're just doing highlights, so you can leave some for Shanti.
That's the biggest highlight, the end. You know.
Okay. So don't go to the end yet. Don't go to the end yet.
All right.
All right.
To me, it wasn't so much highlight. It was just all right. One of the big highlight to me, well, interesting. Bernice and her pros interaction. She's supposed to be her man, if you will, the preacher supposed to be, you know, and he tried to propose this to her, but then what's his name? I think it's Lyman. He comes back to the house from the party, and he slowly but surely, and to me he seems more like he doesn't seem more like the dapper ladies man. But he has a little bottle of perfume. He puts it on her neck, and like, you know, there was a little a moment of like, oh, she's falling for him, you know. So I was wondering how that scene was going to be when they both was in the room, the preacher and him all together, you know. But no fireworks came off with that, you know. So that was one of those things. I was like, oh, okay, all right, you know.
Okay.
All right. I pass it off to you, Shanti.
Okay.
Well, what's his name? Denzel Washington's son. What's his name, man?
John David,
yeah.
He was good. If I heard about them watermelons one more time.
He had a truck full of watermelon.
About him selling these watermelons one more time. His acting was good, but that part was just an overkill for me. That kind of had me like, all right, take some of his lines away, because most of them is about these watermelons right now. Just leave it alone. I love the one who played Bernice. I'm a fan of hers from Till and a couple of other movies I've watched her in before. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson. I think if Samuel L. Jackson was to walk past a film set, they would put his name in the credits just so people go watch, because everybody, it's like, we gotta have Samuel L. Jackson up in this.
I was expecting some more from him.
Yeah, the premise of the movie wasn't what I expected at all. From the title of it, I was kind of like, what's this movie gonna be about? Okay. But it was rather interesting. I like the it deriving from the slavery. It was really interesting to see like why the piano was so important, why Bernice didn't want to part with it, why, you know, it was such a fight to get her to part with it. The whole interaction with anytime I see him, he's the one who played the pastor. He played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton. So anything I see,
that's what I saw that. Yeah, okay.
Yes, anything I see him in, that's all I see is Dr. Dre.
Okay.
I don't care what I'm watching. That's all I see.
Wait a minute. That was him?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was him, Dr. Dre.
Whoa, I didn't recognize his picture.
Yeah.
Wow. I recognized the name. I was like, why do I remember Corey Hawkins? That's who that is. Wow.
I kept thinking, I know him from somewhere. Where is it? I know him. The whole time I'm like, where do I know him from?
Yes.
The name.
I'm like, where do I know him from?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all I see whenever so it was good to see him in like this type of role. He wasn't no hard role gangster in Straight Outta Compton, but it was a different type of character. So it was good to see him in that the scene that Ainsley was just talking about with the other guy in the perfume, I was saying the same thing. I had to rewind that scene about 4 times. I was like, wait a minute, I feel like Pastor Steph, how we get there? What just happened? She was so adamant with keeping her distance from the pastor, but meanwhile, you letting homie put the perfume.
Yeah.
And get all up close to you and y'all kissing. I'm like, okay, so see, when you be fronting, knowing
and she kissed him.
Right, but this is what the pastor was talking about. This is what you want, but you're so busy pushing it away that the first time somebody really get up on you like that, now look what happens. So it was a really interesting storyline. I kind of expected it to be a little boring. I'm happy I was wrong. But those are the highlights for me so far.
Okay. So highlights for Stephanie.
You gotta think too much.
It's better than Oppenheimer.
Definitely.
You know, I'm sorry. I don't know about that, Joe.
You know.
I know.
Yeah, you never put that down.
Okay, so I did find interesting. Ainsley got this rattle in his bag.
I was just about to say, Ainsley just pulled all the chips out, put them all out onto the napkin.
I'm trying to get it together. I'm sorry.
Pour it all out.
But this is part of the show. We eat and you know this part of the show.
We want to hear what each other got to say.
The owners love this. They like this kind of stuff, you know.
I'm part of the audience when one of y'all was talking.
Headset. Don't make that kind of noise. Don't we have the same headset?
Oh, I'm not wearing that. I'm not using those. I just got a mic going on.
And it sounds like that?
I need that mic.
I guess the mic is too good. I gotta
send me the link to that mic.
Myself.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I did find interesting the backstory when Sam Jackson kept saying, well, you know, we really gonna tell you the reason why, whining man, we really gonna tell you the reason why Bernice don't want to part with this piano.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have to admit that was interesting. I like the way they crafted the story.
Yeah.
And like Shanti said, took it back to slavery times, and to say that they traded off slaves for the piano. That was a nice interesting tale. And I have to say that's where my highlight stopped. That's where it started, and that's where it stopped.
Okay.
And I'll leave it there. So you can go ahead to the ending, Ainsley, if you'd like.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure, okay, as far as this whole spirit thing, I was like, okay, it's just some symbolism. But then towards the end, I think John David's going up the stairs and he gets knocked all the way back down the stairs. I was like, okay, this is not just a figment of somebody's imagination, supposedly. What is knocking this man all the way down the stairs? Now things are getting serious. What's so funny, y'all? The phone ringing.
Sorry, you missed it.
Because my phone ringing, it scared me to death. So into what you were saying, the thing scared me to death.
This is live, y'all. Yeah, so just doing a little bit, I kind of see where the dynamic is coming between Bernice and John David. John David wants to sell the piano, and Bernice wants to hold on to it. But it's also a thing is, she wants to hold on to it for the history of what it represented, and he wants to go where it can take them further. And that just the whole big dynamic. And to me, you know, they use this similar with the map, you know, from slavery. Okay, where are we going to take him now? They're being held hostage by this whole slavery issue. And so it was. I was trying to figure out what is going on, but it just it ends. It concludes when then then of course John Davies says, all right, it's important then that they don't sell it. And this is another thing that crossed my mind. I'm like, he had this truck full of watermelon. All that money you selling off that watermelon, you should have enough money to do whatever you want to do, because that truck was full of watermelon. All right.
Well, he did say that. He said that would cover a third. So he said he had a third of his own money, and then he had the watermelon would bring a third, and the piano sale would bring the third part of the third. So that's why he only calculated the watermelon, that whole truck, to be a third of the cost of the land.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
Yes.
All right. But my understanding was that at the end it was implied that he was able to get land anyway, because at the end it was like you see some land for sale, right? So to me it's kind of implied that he was able to get some land somehow.
Well, the land was being sold, and whoever the owner was offering it to him for whatever the price was, and he told the guy, "I'll have the money." So he had his own money, with, like I said, which was a third. He was banking on this watermelon sale, and then all he needed was because he knew he was going to sell the watermelon. So the last thing was the piano. So if he didn't sell that piano, he was just out of luck.
Okay.
So he told the man he was coming back with the money, which is why Lyman was looking to stay, but he was looking to leave because he was going back to get his little land.
Right. Okay. I missed that part with the money division and stuff like that. But he gave it up though. Towards the end, he just gave it up. So it was cool. I didn't get the symbolism with all that spirit thing and stuff like that meant from watching it just straight from the first time. I wasn't expecting that, because unlike August Wilson's other stuff, now you can watch it. It might be some other symbolism, but it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. And so I was like, this is a little bit more deeper. I don't know. I know he has his play. It's a series. I forget what's called. The 10. It's a series, right? But I don't know where this one falls in that. But this is definitely different. Definitely different than the rest to me, in my opinion. Okay.
All right, Shantice, what you got? Ainsley took us to the end.
That whole Mama Sama Makusa at the end.
On the piano, right?
Yes. It was reminding me of, if anybody remembers the first season of Martin, the first Halloween episode they had, when each of them were taking turns giving the story, and then they pulled the prank, and it was supposed to be the old tenant that was haunting the apartment. That's what that reminded me of.
Okay.
That's what that reminded me of. Definitely gave the whole, of course. And I was like, they were real strategic, because had that been in the beginning, I would not have watched the rest of it, because I don't do movies or anything conjuring spirits do not. So for them to put it at the end, I think that was done strategically. I mean, it made sense to do that for the movie, because that was the whole premise of, the whole piano. The white woman had the grandfather, the father, Samuel L. Jackson's father, carve the slaves' faces, and he just put the whole family. She only wanted the ones that were sold, and he said, "I'm gonna do you one better. I'm putting the whole generation."
He went overboard.
Yes.
On the side and everywhere, boy.
Right, and even carved their wedding photo on the side of the piano. So you know, it made sense to do it for that aspect. But I mean, for that now to be like, okay, now we're free as a family because I finally played the spirits about the piano and all that. It was just kind of like it. Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay. But that's how I felt. I was like, but you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. That part had me like Oppenheimer. Remember when I told you I had to watch Oppenheimer, the ending, about 5 times? I kept falling asleep. I had to keep doing that. I kept dozing off at that part. At one part, I woke up, the credits was on. I was like, what happened? Wait a minute. That's because I had to rewind again. Yes, to watch. So the ending, I think they could have done a little better. But it still made sense to fit the whole storyline as to, you know, the whole thing. I mean, it would have been nice for the ending to be something like she finally gave in and married the pastor or something like that. But, you know, we're not the writers.
Okay.
You know what crossed my mind? I know this was based on the play. I'm sorry, I wonder how this would be acting out on stage. Because I know they ain't doing all that on stage. You know what I'm saying? I think that had to be more dramatized for the screen. You know, I'm like, maybe it'd be a lot more simpler. It'd be a lot more easier to digest and appreciate and like without all of that stuff.
Right, the ghost got
right because because it's you can't really do all of that on the stage and have the same effect.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right. Okay, wait. I'm a little lost here. Okay. So, all right. So I fell asleep on the end. When I woke up, the music was playing. the closing song was playing. But that was the very end. I didn't see The Conjuring and the playing. I heard some playing, but I didn't realize because my back was turned, so I didn't understand the premise to the whole thing. I'm trying.
Pressing on your face. Like, okay.
Because I can't fake it. I'm sorry. Okay. I would have expected something larger, you know, because they had a few storylines going on. The only storyline was not about the piano. The storyline was, you know, again with the her and Avery. You know, he's trying to buy the church or get the money for the church. He ends up proposing to her. You know, so there was quite a few different storylines going on. So I would have expected a little more for the ending as well. So there were no skyrockets for me. All right, so let's do this first. I have to say, John David Washington did his thing. His vibrancy, his energy, the way he handled the lines, the way he handled the character, he gets 10 stars for me. Really, really, really. I love Samuel Jackson's laying back in the cut. Yeah, and you know, I hear you, Ainsley, when you say, you know, I expected him to have a bigger role, but it was like he was supposed to lay back in the cut. John David Washington was the star. Him and Bernice, those were the two. You know, Danielle, they were the two that were supposed to carry this movie, and they did. They actually did. Despite me not having many words for the movie, their acting was absolutely superb. And him laying back in the cut and him just kind of, even that laid back, you know, well, me and what's his name? I had his name a little while ago. Let me get his name. I had his name a minute ago.
Hawkins?
No. Whining Boy. You know, we're going to tell you why Bernice won't sell this piano. It's just the way he handled that. It wasn't overboard. It wasn't too lax. It was just him laying back in the cut, just like, as you know, matter of factly. Let me just tell you why. You keep talking about these watermelons. You keep talking about us selling this piano. Let me just break this down to you. He just did that in Sam Jackson style, in the only way it can be done in the Sam Jackson style. And I have to say, he is so impressive. He is so impressive. We just got finished seeing him in Fight Night, and he had a much different role. He handled that on his terms. He brought his flavor. He is just the essence of acting. I'm sorry.
I gotta get famous to meet him before God closed his eyes.
Yeah, he's an amazing actor.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very impressed in his laying back in the cut. There was one point where they everybody was just kind of, going on, and he was just laid back and just, looking over at, they had this shot from the camera where he just looked over. And I was like, okay, y'all go ahead and do whatever y'all gonna do. He's just so Sam Jackson. Jackson. Anika says, yes, Sam Jackson bodies every role I've seen him in. He sure does. So nominations, we've got actor, best actor in a,
Well, John Davis, we gotta give it to him on that. That's like without question. He got
all right.
Nominated. I don't know if he was in for the Oscar So White. I don't know that, but he definitely. I think
ain't nobody in no Oscars. That's why we here.
I'm saying he should have been the Oscar So White. He should have.
There's a whole lot of.
Of course he could.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They missed.
Yeah, of course.
We're not. Let's not reference them because you're just gonna make me mad. Talk about.
Okay,
us.
My bad. Okay, all right.
Banning the Oscars.
Because they just missed, and I'm gonna tell you something. I say this is annoying because this is just the reason why they have fallen so short. Y'all acted like in the entire 2024 year there were no John David Washingtons in the arena. That's why this is so annoying to me.
Yeah.
Yo, the same movies we are watching, the same movies you watched, or you had the ability to watch. So you put up the substance and all them other nonsense things. So yeah. So go ahead, John David Washington.
Yeah.
Tatis, best actor in a movie.
Samuel L.
You're giving him the lead role? Not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, really? Okay.
I'm sorry. The amount of times I had to hear about the watermelons killed me.
Don't raise a line, Shantice.
I'm
oh my
serious.
goodness gracious.
We're here to be honest.
All right.
He wasn't whack, but that for me, that line made it seem like he was trying too hard. It's like, bruh, we remember when you said it 30 seconds ago. You came up with the watermelon. Eat it or sell it. Do something. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
But I just want to say real quick, another highlight for me was when the pastor said he just got a 10-cent raise on his job.
Yeah.
It was 1911. What do you want?
I understand that. But coming from the plight we're in now, it feel like we getting a 10-cent rate, a 10-cent out rate. It's like, dag, we ain't moving inch from 1911 to 2025. Whatever.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay.
All righty. So Anika says, I agree. The Oscars choose to limit themselves. I hope they become irrelevant in the near future. Yeah, they're already irrelevant for us.
They just admitted they haven't been watching the movies they've been nominating.
Yeah, that was a news story, Ains, where they admitted that, going forward in 2026, they're gonna have to actually watch the movies they rate.
Oh, really?
This is what happened when Siskel and Ebert stopped giving 2 thumbs up. See what happened? Now nobody watching no movie.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I got to tell you, John David Washington did it for me as well as Sam Jackson did his job. He carried the movie. I got to give him the nod. All right. Supporting actor, Ains.
All right. Before I go to supporting actor, it was a surprise for me to see Erica Badu in this.
Yeah, this Lucille character.
Yeah, I was surprised to see her.
I can't stand her.
She's a witch. So ever since I read about that, I'm just turned off from her. Yeah,
she calls herself a witch.
She calls herself a witch, and that the witchcraft she does over her music is better than the witchcraft Beyonce does over hers. Yeah, so I just turned me all off from her. Yeah.
I thought you were a little bit on the odd side, but I didn't know that was it. Okay.
Yeah, that's
bag lady. Go ahead, sorry.
All right. So who do you got for supporting actor?
What's her name? I had it here.
Danielle?
Danielle, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta give it to her.
All right. So her name is Danielle Deedweiler. Danielle Deedweiler. Okay. Deadweiler.
Yeah.
Yes, Deadweiler. All right, Shantice. Ains got the supporting for Danielle Deadweiler. Who do you have?
For supporting actor? Samuel L. Jackson.
You know what? You stop eating popcorn.
No, I agree. What's her name? Danielle Deadweiler?
Yes.
Yeah, she's really good. She's really good. I would give her supporting actress.
Okay, all righty. Who gets my support? She does. She does. Because I already gave it to Sam in Fight Night. So he get as much as I love him,
okay.
I'm gonna give it to her here. She definitely deserved it. All right. Would this be in your nominations for best movie for 24 so far?
I would put it in the conversation. I don't know if I would keep it there, depending on everything else that comes across.
Okay. All right. Shantice, what did you say? Okay, I'm sorry.
I would say tentatively, yeah.
Okay. All righty. Shantice says no. I get a no. For all the ones that I've seen, no, they don't get that. I definitely give it to the actors. I'm going to check out the director, the cinematographer. I'm going to check those out because if so, I'm with you 100%, Ains. They definitely need nominations. The shots were good. The directing was good. It was good. It was definitely good. So if they're, our people, then they definitely get the nomination. So, all righty. All right. Kick it or Ainsley? Is he frozen?
Am I frozen?
Oh.
No,
you're not.
Oh, okay. All right. I was doing something.
He says, am I frozen?
So my screen was kind of in between. You said kick it or what? Kick it or click it?
Click it.
Click it.
Click it. Okay. Shantice, click it or kick it?
Kick it.
Okay.
I knew you were going to do
that. Okay. Kick it.
That's not how you do it.
I'm doing it my way. Kick it. Bye. Out of here. No. All right. I'm sorry. You got the individual, but definitely not the movie. You find something better to watch. All right. Let's talk about Cross. Episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Shantice, you got first dibs on this one. Oh, wait. Let me give my overview for those who need the overview. Let's talk about Cross, the series. All right, overview. Alex Cross, a decorated DC homicide detective and forensic psychologist, faces a sadistic serial killer. He and his partner, John Sampson, track this killer, and a threat from Cross's past appears with ill intent. What you got, Shantice?
I want to first start with saying I absolutely loved this series. I think they're coming with the season 2.
Okay.
Episodes 5 through 8. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready for the twists, the curves, the roller coaster, the flipping upside down. Nothing was predictable. And that's one of the reasons why I loved it. I know the whole time That girl, that lady Shannon. Oh, yep. Anika said, yep, they've been approved for season 2. Ayo, okay.
All right. Okay.
I know the whole time that lady Shannon was tied to that chair, she was thinking, not only should I have not been on that dating app, when he showed up, it was not the man in the picture. I should have followed my first mind and kept it moving. You didn't have this man done dyed your hair, gave you contacts, knocked your 2 front teeth out to put them back in crooked. Like what? All kinds of craziness. And it also went to show how a lot of these people with money, especially on the opposite side of the fence, how they stick together with all this crime stuff. They all celebrating his birthday, but you got the plastic surgeon who's in on it with him.
Yeah.
With him. You got, and I'm like, wait, what? First of all,
yeah,
all of the black kids choir singing at the white man's party had me all kinds of upset. All kinds of, I'm like, wow, this don't look right. These parents knew where their kids was going. This does not look okay. The Nana mama being attacked reminded me of when she died on Star. And I was just like, why they keep doing her like this? This is the second series that they done did her like this. Come on now. The one who was actually behind his family's trauma, that twist was crazy. That was, and it makes me want to really be like attentive like that. I know Alex Cross, you know, he studied psychology and all that in the third, but all of that is not book smarts. A lot of that is also
instinct.
Yes, instinct mixed with common sense. It's like I want to be that attentive to where when someone says something to me, I immediately can tell when it's off. It'll immediately help me to make the association with something else I've heard or witnessed or something like that. Yeah, this whole thing was just like, I'm gonna stop there for now. It was just amazing. The fact that nothing was predictable is what I really loved. I ain't see nothing coming.
Okay. Ainsley, what you got for Cross episodes 5 through 8, season 1?
You know what it was? It was it's so like as Shanti said. I'm like, it's a twisting and a turning. It's a twisting and a turning. Episode 5, 6, 7. Hey, it's a constant twist. You never knew what was going to happen, and you know, all of it was really good. But to me, I think episode 5 was really keen, because when they was having like this when Cross he went to the party.
Yeah, the birthday party, and he describing what's the name? He describing him who the killer is, you knowing who it is and whatnot. They had this psychological game going back and forth. Yeah, the psychological battle going on. That was hot.
Yeah, it was constantly going back and forth. You know, it reminded me of an older episode of even though I didn't watch it that much, Criminal Intent, Law and Order, when that psychic, that mental battle going back and forth, and you just scared to watch them battle it out and whatnot. You know, so that was like, well, it was really, really keen. But all of the twists and turns, stuff you just did not see it coming. It's like every episode, it's like, what? This person is doing this? So the lieutenant, she was on this and whatnot, with your pregnant self. Then the plastic person is in on it. Then you get the old lady, she's in on it. I mean, it was like, who's clean here?
Exactly.
Right.
Everybody got their hands in something like that, you know?
Right.
You just never know what was coming and whatnot. So, because actually after episode 7, I'm like, okay, we kind of going. What's going to happen? What can further happen?
Right. You got a whole episode left. What you doing? You didn't already took care of the man.
Yeah. I mean, we good now, right? I'm like, no, we got another hour to go. A strong hour at that too.
Right.
And so, I think it was really extremely well done. I was like, wow. After watching it, I was like, okay, I need to take some aspirin, some Aleve. I'm twisting and turning.
Okay.
I could heal up a little bit. Now I hope for season 2 is just as good. Hope they can't slip on this.
Yeah.
They can't slip on this, man.
They set the bar too high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta keep that bar up, man. I don't know how they want to do it, but they gotta keep it up.
Yeah, that was a lot. I also thought about so when the lady saw him kidnapping and chasing down the woman and she said nothing, I'm like, who does that?
Oh yeah.
Outside smoking a cigarette and you just sitting there looking stupid.
Like, who does that?
You're like,
you don't have a granddaughter, a daughter, a niece, or
oh no, but Pastor
she
Steph,
dropped the cigarette.
She was kind of caught up in it a little too. That's why she ain't say nothing. She didn't know exactly what he was doing. But remember when Cross went to go pretty much like interrogate her in her car?
Yeah.
He was able to blackmail her into giving him some information because she was in on something crooked. She knew something. She just didn't know he was doing all that.
Oh God!
Which is probably one of the reasons why she didn't really do anything. Because it's like, first of all, I'm shocked. I'm out here sneaking, trying to have a cigarette. So already I'm mad. I'm caught. Already I'm mad.
Wow.
Then I'm watching you attack this woman. I'm startled. Then when I calm down, I may get the instinct of go tell someone, but then wait, that may expose me. So now I'm not going to say anything, So that was crazy.
But she sees the woman cut herself. I mean, that's totally out the normal.
This is what I'm saying.
You see somebody go,
and you did nothing. And you do nothing. Oh my gosh. I was just so done at that point. I was like, I'm sick of these white people. I'm just mad. It couldn't have been nobody black. I'm gonna be honest. They would have been screaming, yelling, running up and down.
Black person be like, yo.
Well, first of all, a black person would have pulled the phone out.
Okay.
As soon as she would have banged on the glass.
What's going on?
Yes. And then he came and grabbed her. The phone would have been out. And as they were calling, like, yo, Tony, get over here. Nah. Then everybody else would have been running while they still recording.
That would have been the end of the TV show right there.
Exactly.
Right. That's what in the world? I was so mad. And wait, the other part I was mad at, when the guy has the book and they follow him with the book. He's got the book from the serial killer.
Yes.
Remember they get the book and then they kill him out in the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, stop. This is why the twists and turns were so great that you could not anticipate any of that. That's the way it was, Ainsley. It was like it was just a roller coaster ride. It was straight up nothing you were prepared for. And I'm with you, Ainsley. Okay, so when they caught the serial killer, I thought it was the same person who had been stalking him and his family.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, well, what they gonna hold another episode here? What are they gonna do? And man, wow, a whole story in and of itself. Where they find that the best friend to Nana Mama, she's the one behind it all. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
But when you think about how the lady got in the family, you posed as the piano teacher. So you took a lot of effort into researching this family to see where you could get in to fit in.
Right.
And befriended Nana Mama.
Right.
So you befriended Nana Mama really keeps you around the family because now I'm not only here for piano lessons, I'm here for family activities.
Right.
And what had me bugged out was because at first we saw the younger white girl and how she committed this crime. Only to find out that the mama asked her
to confess
to the crime because since she's white and she has no prior felonies or anything, charges, she would get less time. But I know my son did something. And you, because you've been accepted into this family, you say yes. Only to wake up dead.
You know,
I'm like,
I tell you, we were not prepared for the twists and turns. The writers did a phenomenal job. They did a phenomenal job. You talk about behind the scenes. Anika says, yes, politicians and rich will let anything happen so long as they are paid. She also says, even after the lady saw her and didn't help the woman, yes, and that lady looked crazy from the jump. Steph always says, these mothers and their sons. It's true. I don't care what happened, how dastardly these boys are. These mothers and their sons.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
That's why you have old girls, Pastor Steph. Look how the Lord saves.
Because I would not be one of the mamas and sons. Situations, man, he'd be so upset with me. I'd be turned him in every opportunity. Excuse me, you threw that ball across the street, go ahead to jail. Excuse me, you ate that candy up, cops come get him. I'd be ratting you out every angle.
But
we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything for our kids.
Yeah.
As a I had daughters, but my godson, there was a little incident he had with his mother. She was upset. I said, all right, I'll go. I went to his house and I brought him to the precinct.
Okay.
Cleared him up right away.
I love you.
Yes, you gotta take these stances. It's just these mamas and their sons. Oh my goodness.
But I was really proud of Cross's son when he came across the photo of the man with the lady. And he didn't make a scene. It's like he knew what to do. He took it to the girlfriend, like, you might want to see this.
Right.
I love how it's like, I'm going to act like my father's a cop. Like, he taught me something.
Yeah.
He ain't Tariq Power, because Tariq would have blew it up. Hey, my daddy showed me this man. How do you know him?
One of the highlights for me in this series, everybody doubted him. Including the friend, everybody doubted him. The woman, everybody doubted him. Yeah. Yes. And the sweet justice when he was right. That thing was enough for me. That was enough for me. Because all I kept saying was, I'll be so glad when they find out when he's right. I'll be so glad when they find out when he's right. I'll be so glad when they find out when he's right. So that was the highlight for me. That was really the highlight for me, when he was right about everything. When he was right about everything.
But he was right about everything before. Why y'all doubting him now? Because it's some rich white man?
And he looks bad. And he looks bad. Yeah.
You know, I want to say it was a highlight, but it was a nice scene for me. Because you know, when Cross and the partner, they got into this big fight, right? They wasn't even talking to each other. So we had to go back to apologize.
Yes. Yes.
And he said, ML, blah, 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 blah. And the guy said, yo, you had me at ML.
Yes.
That shows.
That was one of my favorite. Right. That was one of my favorite parts.
Like, yes. Once I saw you get out the car and walk up to the door, I already knew.
Right.
Be good.
Right. He was like, stop. You had me at blah, blah. I was like, yeah. I'm with you, Ames. I'm with you. Oh, my goodness. Anika says, true. Yes. They always given the benefit of the doubt. That's why they didn't believe him. It was annoying. It was just annoying for everyone to doubt him. And he's standing up in the middle of the floor going, it's him. And nobody's believing him. Oh, you need to leave. Oh, you need to get. And she going in the car, closing the door. I'm like, yo, what happened to stand by your man? Everybody in the room. I'm serious. Even if I didn't believe him, with everybody in the room looking at him like they were, I would have had to take up for my man. I'm sorry, but like, yo, I believe him. And when we got outside, I was like, man, you know I don't believe his lies. You better be right. You better. If
you wrong, you better plant some evidence to make it look like
that's right. That's right.
That's right. That I believe you.
Right. But my thing was, I'm not gonna let you stand out there by yourself, and everybody is doubting you, and I'm with everybody. I'm closing the door. I'm driving off. Oh, goodness gracious. The girlfriend was very annoying to me. She was. She was. She was so annoying. So annoying. All right, nominations. Now, we've got a nice little lineup of actors. We've got Aldous Hodge, who plays Alex Cross, Ryan Egold, who plays Ed Ramsey, Alana Tal, who plays Kayla, Isaiah Mustafa, who plays Samson, Samantha Wilkes, who plays Elle. You've got Juanita Jennings, who plays Nana Mama. You've got, what's her name? The one who played the old lady. What's her name?
Who played the lady?
What's her name?
All of it.
Yeah, I don't see her name here. Okay. Nominations, Shantice, we're starting with you.
Lead is definitely Aldous Hodge.
Okay.
Supporting, this was a little difficult. I would say supporting would be, what's his name that played Ramsey?
Who played Ramsey?
Yeah.
He's not eligible.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. He needs to tan himself. I forgot. Okay, so supporting, I would say Nana Mama.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say Nana Mama.
Okay. Anika is she's going with you. She says supporting, she would say the grandmama.
Yeah, Juanita Jennings, yes.
Okay. Ainsley, who you got?
You're muted. We can't hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no, what happened?
He goes from being unmuted to being gone.
He's about to nominate someone on the opposite side of the fence.
All righty. Let's give him a hot second.
Yes.
I wanted to wait. I definitely nominate the kids for that young set. That those we got to figure out. Yeah, we got to figure out a title. I always like to come up with my creative titles.
The baby
for nominations, but they definitely need to be nominated because they did well. They did well. They carried themselves well. And where's Ace? He didn't come back yet.
No.
Okay, I would definitely give to Aldous Hodge. He gets the first lead.
Yes.
Supporting, I'm going with Bobby Trey.
Who's that?
Well, that's the one who played the sidekick to Ryan Egold, to Ramsey.
Oh gosh.
I'm going for
him.
Who
was sniffing aspirin?
Yes.
Dancing to Hakuna Matata?
Yes. I'm sorry. As much as I like Samson, I gotta go. But get Ainsley up, Shantice.
He's there.
I gotta go with him.
Now that's
his name is Johnny Ray Gill. That's his name.
Yes.
All right, Ainsley, who you got for nominations?
Of course, got Cross, but his partner.
Two. Samson.
Samson, yeah.
Okay, he's for the supporting actor.
Yeah, supporting.
Okay, all righty, all right. I was talking to Shantice and I was saying we got to definitely have a nomination for the young people. So those,
what? That crossed my mind too.
For me.
That was crossed my mind too. Yeah.
Yeah, they did an excellent job. Excellent job. All righty. Okay. Shantice, Cross, kick it or click it.
Click, 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 click.
All righty. Oh, wait, before we do that, would this be in one of your nominations for a series?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Ainsley, would this be a nomination?
Absolutely.
Okay. And for me, absolutely as well. Anika says young supporting actors. Yes, I like that. And she says the daughter was in the movie with Kevin Hart.
Yeah, she
Okay,
always
I
lose
thought
a
I saw her face.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought I saw her face. All right, Shanti says, click it. Ainsley, what say you?
Click it.
All righty. I give it a definite click as well. Phenomenal across the board. And we are definitely looking forward to a phenomenal season 2. We'll be back, God spares, next week, and we'll be bringing in all of the series and movies that we've watched independently. So compile your list, viewers, and join us next week for all of the different shows and nominees, best actor, best supporting actor, actress, young supporting actors, directors, cinematographers. Bring them out so we can see everybody who we are going to be listing, so we can get some nominations out. Not nominations, some voting. Our voting will take place very shortly. So right now we're gathering up anything from 2024.
Yes.
It does not have to be an African American cast, but they can be representing this area of race or any minority, in, as long as it's an ethnic group, okay, in a series, a movie, documentary, sitcom, stand-up comedy. It can be any of those. So make sure you join us next week, God spares, on Thursday, so we can get all of the nominations. And we are so looking forward to just what you are bringing to the table. Oh, I'm your girl, Pastor Steph.
Shanti's.
Ainsley Harris, that booking guy.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Check us out next week, God spares. See you when we see you.
Good night.